That was a convoy for the Prime Minister of Cambodia, just going along the street. Just had to shuttle the roads for him and his little convoy to pass. So we just finished our first week here in Cambodia. I thought it was time to fill everyone in on what we've been up to. So it's Tuesday afternoon. We left Bali last Tuesday evening. We got a 10:30 flight out of Denpasar. Goodbye, Bali. We've enjoyed staying here. And it was about a 2-hour flight to Singapore where we had a 12-hour transit. It was actually really good transit. We arrived like 2 a.m. and checked into a hotel just in the airport. Really nice little room, great bed. Arrived in Singapore. We're in our little airport bedroom for the next 6 hours. Time is 1:30 a.m. Got here ahead of schedule, surprisingly, with Jetstar. Not a bad flight. And then we just spent the rest of the time chilling in the transit lounge. Got lots of work done, so that was really good. Hayley and I are chilling out in the Singapore airport. We had a nice sleep in our little hotel room. We're now just kind of chilling around, waiting for our plane. It's a pretty cool little room. There's free coffee and biscuits. I've been eating a lot of biscuits. And then, yeah, like another 2-hour flight from Singapore to Cambodia. So it was actually a really good trip with Jetstar. Interesting, despite the, thinking back to the trip we had from Auckland to Denpasar, that nightmare getting over. So actually we had, yeah, a good trip getting to Cambodia. And we arrived in Phnom Penh. It's pretty different to what we were used to in Bali. And yeah, I mean, touching on that, we had a great time in Bali. It was kind of bittersweet leaving. Like, we had such a good time, made lots of really good friends. It really did start to feel like home living in Bali. Could definitely stay there longer, but we're really excited to be on this portion of the trip now where we're moving around a lot, we're seeing lots of new things, we're out of our comfort zone again, so it's really exciting. Yeah, we've had a great first week in Cambodia. We did it. We have arrived in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Needless to say, it's a little, we're still taking everything in. It's quite different to what we're used to in Bali. We're definitely out of our comfort zone again. So first few days we were in Phnom Penh, the capital, and we were, what did we get up to? We spent a few days sort of looking around the main monuments in the city. There's a great museum, the National Museum. Ooh, we went to the killing fields, which is where the mass killings from the 1970s during the pot pole, what do they call it? The Khmer Rouge, during the Khmer Rouge reign in the 70s, and the mass killings that took place. And it was good to go and do. Like, it's kind of depressing walking around the killing fields, these literally graves, seeing where people were beaten to death. But it's very significant. It was really interesting learning about that part of Cambodia's history, and so we're glad we did it. It's definitely not like a pleasant thing to do, but because it's such a significant part of Cambodia's history, it was really good to go and sort of learn about that. Yeah, we had a good few days in Phnom Penh, actually. It's so funny. The tuk-tuk drivers here are hilarious. The tuk-tuk drivers are hassling you the whole time to get you to jump in their tuk-tuk. And so when you finally say, yep, okay, we want to go somewhere, they generally have no clue where you want to go, and you show them on the phone, you say, like, this is where we want to go. It's so funny, this like committee forms, all the tuk-tuk drivers come around and they start to help each other to describe where to go and try and figure things out. Even though you're showing them on a map, like main roads, like this is where we want to go, they still have a hard time figuring it out. And then, you'll get in and you'll start going, and then sometimes they'll pull over and ask directions, and it's just, it's really funny dealing with the tuk-tuk drivers.
So, Riverside. Riverside. Yes.
Thank you. What else did we do? We went to some great markets as well, actually. We went to the Central Market and the Russian Market, which are just these huge, very overwhelming kind of spaces, just very cramped, these dense markets full of stalls. Everyone's kind of selling the same thing, and you can buy everything there. It's a bit like Amazon in Cambodia in a market. It's just, you can buy anything. Like, people selling car parts, there's food, there's clothes, there's watches. So the markets were really good. We didn't buy anything, but it was good to kind of wander around and check out the markets. And then, yeah, towards the end of the week, I think it was like, maybe it was Friday or Saturday, I think maybe we were due to go to Siem Reap, where we are now, and we had a bus booked for that. We were actually on our way back to the hotel in Phnom Penh at the time, and we thought, well, why don't we go early, because we're kind of done here. Let's see if we can get a bus today. Hayley and I just had the very random idea that we thought we'd go up to Siem Reap tonight. We were booked on a bus for tomorrow morning, but we thought, you know what? We're done here. Let's try and get an earlier bus. get up there so that we can have a bit more time tomorrow. So now we are dashing to get into town to get on our bus. Hopefully we make it. During this portion of the trip, it's been really great that we've been packing so light. We don't have much with us. Our bags are pretty small. It's great because we've been moving around a lot. We got our bus from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap. It was about a 4-hour drive, and we stayed at a hotel up the road or a villa for like one night, and then we moved to the villa where we're staying now. And so it's been great that we've packed so light. Just made moving around a lot easier. Really nice here. Checking out that they've got a great like night market, some great places to go and eat. Yeah, the night market's really lively, and we're very close to that, so that's awesome to go and check out. And then today we actually went on a temple tour. So going into the Angkor, I think it's the Angkor National Park, where they have loads of temples, Hindu temples that you can go and see. And when you kind of start, and the temples are nice, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, this is nice, like, but they slowly build up, and the temples get more and more magnificent until you end with Angkor Wat at the end, which is the oldest Hindu temple, the biggest Hindu temple in the world. And it was built in the 12th century. They said it took like over 4,000 elephants and over 1 million people to build this temple, and it actually only took 37 years, which apparently is quite quick. So yeah, absolutely magnificent temple. And when you're walking around this huge island, essentially, because you go into these gates, and it's the whole area is surrounded by a moat, and the actual temple is, you know, right in the middle. But it's a huge area that they dedicate to this temple. And when you're walking around it and looking at how massive it is, it's a real honor to be walking around this structure that's so old and that's got such a history as well. These temples have been getting progressively more spectacular during the day, and it doesn't do it justice looking at video or photos of this, but it's breathtaking looking at these temples, standing at the bottom of them, looking at the bricks and trying to contemplate how they would have built them. Yeah, it's really mind-blowing. So yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to add. We've had a great first week in Cambodia. We're here in Siem Reap for a few more days, and then we're off to Sihanoukville, so that should be fun. Hope everyone back home is doing well. Thanks for watching.